Today I'm comparing the Mathews Safari bow, which is an 85-pound bow and arguably the most powerful bow that Mathews makes. And on my right is the Mathews V3X 29, and just picked it up this year. And so I wanted to just kind of compare these two bows for speed and maybe a little bit of discussion on how they shoot. Obviously, the V3X 29 is the latest and greatest from Mathews, while when it comes to arguably the most expensive bow that Mathews has made, we got the Safari on the left. Now I have set the Mathews Safari, which is can go up to 85 pounds without any special tinkering, is on the left, while the V3X currently is at 76 pounds. So actually I scaled down or backed out the limb bolts on the Mathews Safari, so it is also 76 pounds. So both of these bows are currently set up at 76 pounds, 29 inches, at least according to their modules from Mathews. Mathews can sometimes be a little bit longer. Now you can see that they're backed out. What can I say about both of these bows? Obviously the V3X 29 has probably got just a bit more of a hard back wall. Obviously it's a shorter bow, axle to axle. You can see that the Mathews comes across out quite a bit further. I can say that when you have this bow shooting 85 pounds, it's really slinging out arrows really quickly. Again, it's set at 76 pounds. I'm just kind of curious, how does it compare to a bow like the V3X at 29 and at 76 pounds, also at 29 inches? How does it compare in speed? Obviously, having a little bit more robust limbs, you could probably see a little more speed out of it, but maybe not. I'm just kind of curious for my own interest, as well as how they shoot. Obviously, when I back this down to 76 pounds, it's quite a bit easier to shoot than when it's at 85 pounds. So anyway, I'm going to shoot a 430 grain arrow with these two bows through it. All right, so I'm going to shoot the Mathews V3X 29 through. This will be my second shot. I don't know if the first one made it, but the first shot came out at 305 feet per second for that 430 grain arrow. So it's moving along decently. Let's see how it does with the next shot with the same weight. And I got 305 feet, 0.8 again, so 306 feet per second, more or less. Let's try the Mathews Safari. All right, so now I have the Mathews Safari. It is at 76 pounds. It can go up to 85, so there should be some, maybe it might be just a little bit more robustness to these, or springiness to these limbs. I don't know if that'll give it an advantage. But in theory, it should shoot very similar speeds. Maybe it'll be a bit faster. Let's find out. A little spongier in the back wall. And I got an error on that reading. Hit my sleeve. It's kind of cold in here, so I'm wearing my coat today. All right, here we go again with the Mathews Safari at 76 pounds. Can go up to 85 at 29 inches. We got 317, so quite a bit faster still for this bow. So we're getting about 10 feet per second faster out of the Mathews Safari at 76 pounds than the Mathews V3X 29. So I've even seen shots up to 321 feet per second. I'm wondering if that's just because I can pull further back into the back wall with that Mathews Safari. Pretty remarkable. Now it's a faster bow. It's obviously you got to hold in the valley a little harder, less let off, but that's still really moving quick for 76 feet, for 76 pounds, 317 feet per second for a 430 grain arrows, moving along pretty good. I do love this Mathews Safari. I really love my V3X 29. I think it's gonna be great for ground blinds. I kind of look at my Mathews Safari as an heirloom now, and I have hunted with it and killed a giraffe actually. So you might be asking, what do you do with an 85-pound bow? Well, I've been to Africa, killed a wildebeest, killed a giraffe with it. That doesn't mean I couldn't do it with this bow. Hard to say, but I can imagine 5, 10, 15 years from now, I still have the Mathews Safari, and it's not likely I'll have the V3X for that long, just because I look at this one as an heirloom. That isn't necessarily true, though. Anyway, I hope you got something out of these two bows. I really am pleased with this Mathews. I think backing it down to 76 made it for a much more enjoyable shooter than at 85 pounds. So I'm gonna keep shooting it for sure. Anyway, have a good one. Take care. Bye.